welcome to the first ever edition of the Jet and Mike Show. We are super happy that you have tuned in to this podcast. There's something new that we're trying to do just to, garner up some fans and, of course, reach and touch some issues, not only currently in the world, but we're going to have a lot of fun, Jet, what do you think about the new show we're about to start?
Oh, man, it's about to be a great time. Mike is gonna try to keep me on point. I tend to get a little excited sometimes, and I might touch a lot of nerves. But I think that's that's the whole fun of it all. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of it.
Oh yeah, most def, man. So we're gonna just hang out with you guys, for a little while and just touch on a few topics, and just have some fun, man. Like I said, we also always welcome comments in the comment section. And we also, if you like us, share us, share our podcast, with other people so that they can have a chance to listen as well. But we're going to touch some issues in the world. Of course, we're going to hit on sports. That's probably going to be one of our mainstays always. But like I said, we just wanted to pose some questions out. Me and Jet are going to kick some stuff back and forth, spread a little knowledge, hopefully, and get a little understanding about what's going on in the world. First things first, Jet.
Yo.
NBA playoffs is going on right now.
Yes, sir.
And, me and you both are huge basketball fans. We play with each other, played against each other.
Yes, sir.
What do you think right now about the NBA playoffs? How you feeling about them?
Man, you know what? I'm going to be completely honest. At least for me personally, this is probably the most exciting year of basketball I've seen in the league. That I've watched up to this point in my life, man. I think from the 1 seeds to the 8 seeds in the playoffs, especially, it's been some good basketball.
Right.
But and you, as you say, you and I are both a huge sports fan. We also share a love for the Bulls, who couldn't seem to get it together this
don't
year.
Don't get me started, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. I've never been more upset with any team, and believe me, I've been a Cubs fan since '99. So, to say that I've never been more upset with another team of mine that has been a favorite is a lot, because I'm a Cubs fan, right. I'm a Bears fan, and I'm a Bulls fan. Mm-hmm. So to me,
that's that triple threat right there. That's that. Well, see, because I'm not much of a baseball watcher, but I share the Bears. Yeah. And so that's that was the team for a while that, as you said about the Bulls just a minute ago, like, I've never been more disappointed with a team, with myself for liking a team.
Put so much effort.
And put so much effort into watching game after game. Even after we get blown out, I still get up every Sunday to watch a Bears game. And then basketball season usually comes, and I'm like, all right, the Bulls can alleviate some of that for me, at least till the playoffs get here,
Right, until you face LeBron.
Until we always pull Cleveland or Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one from the jump just was,
we fired off.
We got rid of Tibbs in the offseason.
Yeah.
Which was probably our biggest downfall.
Yeah, and literally got rid of the coach that had his team and brought the whole team back with a new coach and expected something different just because of the coach change, and we got absolutely worse after that. The team was bickering all season long. There were reports of Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose not getting along, and reports of Pau Gasol unhappy, reports of Jimmy Butler acting like a diva. Yeah. It was so much different stuff going on, man. And I'm just sitting here
Can you see that, though? Like, I don't know if I can see that. Like, Jimmy Butler acting like a diva and him not. You can see that?
Yes, I can totally see that. And I'll tell you why I can see that. Because Jimmy started with nothing.
Very true.
And he went from having nothing to having all of this after 2 seasons.
True.
To getting all this playing time, to being covered nationally. Nationwide being covered. And everybody's saying, oh, my God, he's leading this Bulls team. He's going to take this Bulls team into the future. Now, mind you, the older people were respecting Derrick Rose and respecting Joakim Noah on the team. So the vets are all like, okay, Joe, Derrick, it's your team. But those young guys, the McDermotts of the world, guys like that are looking at Jimmy, and they're like, Jimmy, this is your team, Lead us.
Well, and it's just so hard, as far as the way I see the future of the Bulls personally. I do, as long as Jimmy's happy, and I say as long as he's happy and he'll stay there, I see him, if him and Rose both stay, I still see Jimmy being, I can't say the face, because Derrick Rose is Chi-Town born and raised, so it's always going to be, there's always that entity. But that man needs to stay healthy. I think if Derek can stay healthy from now until the end of his career, I think the Bulls we're going places. But man,
that's a lot to ask in itself.
That's a very lot to ask. So,
well, to be honest with you, I'm just be candid with you. I don't think Jimmy stays another season.
No,
I think that they deal him this offseason, and they're going to try and get some pieces for him. I either see Jimmy going to Sacramento, because they tried to make a deal with Sacramento in the before
to get Cousins, right?
Yeah. They tried to make a deal before that, and I don't think Pau Gasol comes back either. I think Pau Gasol is walking. I think they're going to sign back Joakim. There's reports of Powell's actually been talking himself about San Antonio. Said it's an intriguing deal to go to San Antonio. And playoffs haven't even ended yet,
Man, San Antonio doesn't need anybody else. Like, can they just stop picking up players? They're picking up those diamond in the rough players as well. You know what I mean?
It's their system. People trust Popovich.
Yeah.
And that's been another problem with the Bulls. People don't trust Fred Hoiberg's system, and since they don't trust his system, they're just like, I can't get with this, I can't.
Definitely. And to go from, and it was such a flip, going from a very defensive minded coach of what they try to call as an offensive minded coach, but I didn't really see any offense, any smooth offense anyway, being produced this year. But I don't know, man. It was tough to watch this year.
Yeah, it was
very hard to watch this year.
Definitely,
it was very hard. But I don't know. I think I agree with you that I don't think that Jimmy's gonna. And if he does resign another year, I think if he resigns, it'll be like a year deal. I don't think it's gonna.
No, you remember Jimmy got that max contract.
Oh yeah, they did pay him out.
Yeah,
they paid him out.
Yeah, they got him a max contract.
What's that, 6 years?
He is committed to being here. I don't think the organization is committed to him.
Okay.
They're committed to Fred Hoiberg.
You think they're gonna try to get something for him while they can?
Yes. They're gonna. Like I said, I see him being traded either to Sacramento or to Orlando.
But do the Bulls organization, do they really, how many of their players do they stand by other than Michael Jordan? Because Derek, but even then they still had everything to say with the company that he kept and his brothers who were, they're looking out for their looking out for their little brother, and they had everything to say about. I think that was just more of an authority issue over
that whole issue was a Paxson versus B.J. Armstrong issue that raged back from the 90s, man. I'm telling you, B.J. Armstrong is, of course, Derrick Rose's agent.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, B.J. Armstrong is Derrick Rose's agent, and of course, Paxson is Derrick Rose's vice president of basketball operations over the team. So BJ would be whispering and telling Derek things and, guiding Derek how he felt. And I feel like part of that was based off the animosity that Paxson and BJ have always shared since their playing days. Of course, under Michael Jordan, B.J. Armstrong was the starting point guard.
Right.
Originally it was Paxson. Then BJ got traded to the Bulls when they started building those championship teams, and of course BJ took the starting spot from Paxson.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
Paxson has never let that go. So that's where a lot of that animosity comes from.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that. I didn't, so that would make sense. But but even to that credit, the point still being, there are only two players I feel like in the recent Bulls history that that organization really stands behind, and we've let a lot of, like I say, diamond in the roughs. Like we've had them.
At the end of the day, I think that the state of the Chicago Bulls rests on the shoulders of Fred Hoiberg, but more importantly, Gar Forman. Yeah. And here's what I say about Gar Forman. Gar Forman is the type of, I'm getting ready to go on my rant voice a little bit. Gar Forman is the type of general manager that is so stubborn that if multiple people will tell him something that he won't listen, he'll go by his own reasoning or own belief.
One of those, if you tell me not to do it, I'm going to do it anyway.
Exactly. Imagine this. Imagine the Bulls had a chance to draft LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
And they pass up on LaMarcus Aldridge for Tyrese Thomas. Now, for those of you who don't know, LaMarcus Aldridge
why
right
would
now.
You just take me back there, Mike.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a starting power forward for those same Antonio Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge last night dropped 45 points in a victory over the Oklahoma City Thunder.
The Oklahoma City Thunder team, mind you, that has a guy in Kevin Durant who's averaging like 28.1, 28.2 this season.
Yeah.
A guy in Russell Westbrook who is not only averaging a double-double, or well, I was going to say not only averaging 23 points, is averaging a double-double.
Right.
Forgive me. In points and rebounds, and I mean points and assists, and is he close in rebounds?
Yeah,
He's up there like seven point something or something.
He was close to averaging a triple-double. And for a few months this season, he did average a triple-double, month-wise, not full season-wise.
You know, and I know, and you know, so this was, to make a long story short, this is a good Oklahoma City team.
Great team.
This is one
playoff
of the best,
championship contender.
This is one of the best Oklahoma City teams that we've seen since they met. Who was it? Cleveland and them in the fight? Because
No,
didn't they make one fight? It was the Heat.
It was Heat.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I see LeBron's everywhere. He's got me. But yeah. So this was a good team, man. And so LaMarcus Aldridge, if you guys think about it, this is somebody who, think about him down low with Joakim Noah.
Mm-hmm.
You got a very defensive-minded player and center in Joakim Noah, aggressive player, who both of these big men, Joakim and LaMarcus, can see the floor from the post. You know what I mean, and are very willing passers down there.
Right, exactly.
Now, when you see a team like when Powell, when you put Powell down there with Joakim, and you put all the, like, when you see willing passers down in the post, that just the dynamic of your team becomes so much greater. You guys it makes it easier to stretch the floor. You know what I mean? You've got plenty of options when you run the floor. But in typical Bulls fashion, we decided to draft a guy who, last time I checked, played for the Hornets or something at some point, but that was like 2-3 years ago.
Tyrese Thomas is currently number 18 power forward for the Iowa Energy. That is a D-League team.
A D-League team.
Okay, now,
wow.
Take that into perspective. We could have LaMarcus. Pass on that. But let's X out LaMarcus. LaMarcus is no more a factor. Take that off of Gar Forman's list. We drafted Marquise Teague. Do you know what we could have gotten instead of Marquise Teague that Gar Forman insisted on passing over?
Who was that?
Draymond Green. NBA champion.
Ooh. That just hurt my soul because I didn't even know we were looking at Draymond in the draft that year.
Draymond got passed over for Marquise Teague on that draft. Marquise Teague, who I mind you, is also currently playing in the D-League.
Yeah, okay. And I don't understand why the Bulls insist on drafting point guards and shooting guards. Well, shooting guards, like, I understand we kind of, but like,
not anymore. Not with Jimmy, but they're getting ready to trade Jimmy.
Yeah. But I mean, year after year, it seems like we draft a suck-ass point guard, and then we always pass it. I mean, think about it. And then forget drafting. At one point, well, which he's not anything anymore for real since he left the Mavericks. But we had Tyson Chandler at one point.
We did have Tyson Chandler,
who had a few big years after he left the Bulls. Won a championship.
Or was close to being Defensive Player of the Year with that one of those years.
So I mean, there's just, I don't know. There's something about this organization that I feel like it's all gonna come down to Hoiberg. And what if you don't? What was his contract? How much?
5 years. We have Hoiberg for 5 years, bro. And they are committed to all 5 years. They would actually the Bulls, Reinsdorf released a statement. Who is the team owner? Released a statement after he hired Horace Grant as his personal consultant. He released a statement saying that the Bulls are, sticking by. He said, first and foremost, I quote, that no executives' jobs are in jeopardy after this season, meaning that they're sticking with Foreman, they're sticking with Paxson, they're sticking with the with the Gar Pax deal, and he also said, furthermore, we are entrenched and stand by Fred Hoiberg and his system, and we will make every effort in this offseason to spend the money that it takes to get this team back to a winning organization.
All right. Well, I was going to say, with that being said, and now knowing that they're standing by him for this full 5 years, which if they're serious about it, then that takes on my next point, which I was going to say, we really need to, if we're going to keep Hoiberg, then now we need to find players that can play and fit in his system. Because with a Pop or with somebody like that, that system is solid. You can bring a player into that system, or like an old Phil Jackson, and whether or not you're used to running a triangle, damn it, you'll learn to run a triangle with Phil Jackson.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there are just certain coaches in this league that their system just isn't structured, and so you got to bring in players that can fit under what sort of, for lack of a better term, chaos is going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely.
And that can produce under pressure, and that's, I think, which is the thing about great coaches, is they tend to take a lot of pressure off of their players. And I just don't think Hoiberg is there yet. And will he win over the locker room? That's yet to be seen. And
he won over one big piece, and that was Taj Gibson. Gibson has been a full head Fred Hoiberg, supporter.
I heard they're about to get rid of Taj.
Yeah, they actually were. They were going to trade Taj to Sacramento.
Yeah, that's what I heard about that. Yeah. Did it go through? Or?
No, the trade didn't go through. So I mean, I don't know, but they still might end up getting rid of Taj, eventually. But yeah, that there's just one topic. If you have comments on it or such, you can definitely put it down in the comment section. But we're gonna move ahead to another topic. Check this out, man. Once again in the news, our boy Cat Williams was arrested again, charged with battery in Georgia.
Wait, this is more recent than the fight with the 17-year-old?
Yes. This is totally something new.
My God.
So Cat Williams was arrested after he threw a salt shaker at a restaurant manager, police in an Atlanta suburb on Thursday. The story broke April 29th.
He threw the salt shaker at the police?
No.
Oh.
At a restaurant manager.
At a manager, okay.
Yeah. I think the name of the store is the officers responded to a call of a fight at a Spondivities restaurant just south of Atlanta a little bit after 10 p.m. on Wednesday. The restaurant manager had a bloody cut on his lip, and other witnesses told officers it was Williams who injured him. So yeah, and then it's just all bad, man.
What's wrong with this mother?
Oh man, look.
Now, I was on it, and I'm still on this side because I don't know what's going on with this man internally, what's going on in his brain, what's going on in his life. People that, if I'm a fan of your work, if I'm a fan of you, if I like you as a person, I don't care how foul you're living or whatever. If I like you or I'm a fan of your work, I'm gonna stand by you. And I want to see you, you know what I mean? Look, get some help, man. Get some help, Cat. Or if it's not you, then just stop going outside. Stop letting people provoke you.
The devil is trying to provoke you.
I'm going to tell you what you do, Cat. This is your boy, Jet. I'm going to tell you what you do, Cat, if you ever hear this. This is what usually gets me through a full week of not having to cuss anybody out.
Oh, God.
All right? Now, get up. Now go to work. Now, sometimes when I get to work, I'm tempted, but I know I can't because I'm in the workplace.
Jet, can I have a question? Who tempts you at work?
There's this one guy. And I think he knows not to take it there. But you know what you do, Kat? You go out, you go to the grocery store, go to your favorite grocery, get your favorite groceries, get everything you need for a week, 2 weeks. I know you probably got Netflix at the crib. Find you a nice series to watch that's got like a good 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons on it.
Say about it, Bill.
If you're into the herb cat, which I've seen some stand-ups, I know you might partake in a little token of the magical beanstalk. Sit down with your food, with your Netflix. Get you a nice little. I know he just divorced or broke an engagement from. But he's cat. He's famous. He can get you a nice little wholesome girl. Sit down, and chill out, man. Don't let these people. You said in your own stand-up, there's some chemical in weed called fuck it. You ain't been smoking that. Come on, cat. You ain't been letting anything go. Don't let these people tempt you. They are trying to bring that out of you. They are provoking you. And I truly believe this to a degree because I don't see everything that goes on. I truly believe that in some certain situations, which I saw the full video on the one with the 17-year-old, in which the 17-year-old was provoking him the whole time.
Right. America eventually kind of got behind Cat on that one.
And so I completely agree that people are provoking you, sir. But you know what? With that being said, man, just know that it's gonna happen when you walk out the door, and just laugh about it and walk away. Cause you know people hate to see you. People hate to see you laugh. Yeah. People hate to see people laugh, especially when they're trying to bring you down. And that's all you got for them is smile and walk away. Man, I tell you, I bet they sleep. It's harder for them to sleep at night than yourself, sir.
Here's my issue with all of this is that, you know, as you said, you know, with the whole situation with Cat before, is he's rich.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if I feel like if you're rich, you know, and you don't have it, and your bills are being paid, and you know you're healthy, you know, and things like that, you know, I mean, stay off the drugs, man. Yeah. Stay away from that stuff, man. Stay clean. Put your faith and your trust in God and move forward with your life.
Yes, sir.
You know, like I said, man, if I ever get above the poverty level, which we praying for so hardly,
right.
You know, we praying hard for that. You know, if I ever get above the poverty level, man, I'm gonna be good.
I'm good.
Trust me, man. Like I said, I'm gonna stay away from the drama, stay away from the trouble. I'm gonna keep petty people out of my life, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Just gonna move forward,
it's
man.
It's funny. It's an ongoing conversation that my girl and I are kind of funny, not joke, but you know, just a little funny
ironic
situation. Yeah, that her and I joke around all the time now. That, you know, man, we're really getting old. Like when I met her, I met my girlfriend. It'll be 2 years in September. But I met her. We met at a bar, and during that time, you know, that's when both of us were just wild, crazy out every night of the week. I mean, you probably wouldn't see us out on a Saturday. You would see us out Sunday through Friday. Like those are the type of, and even some Saturdays.
Right.
Man, in this past year, dog, I go to work and that's it. I don't leave the house.
Yeah.
So imagine what I'm gonna do with that. And that's not even me sitting in the house because I'm trying to save money. I could spend money from home. Like that's not an issue.
Most definitely.
Like I'm just at home because I don't like being around people. Imagine getting paid what some of these entertainers get paid, man. And then I'm gonna be in a situation where my house will be that much bigger, my ride will be that much cleaner. I have more stuff to do at the house. Oh, y'all won't never see me.
That's what I'm saying, man. And I'm gonna be right over there with you,
man,
kicking it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we play basketball, video games. Man, we just kick it.
and that's how I am, man. Like a lot of things that I do, you know, it's funny because, you know, like with video games and stuff like that, you know, when you're younger, you see the older generations looking down on you, and you're gonna get to an age where you don't even like playing video games, and like we don't have time for that anymore. And then now that I'm like the age that people were telling me that from, I'm just kind of like, you know what? No, because that keeps me out of trouble. That keeps me in the house.
Out the streets.
I'm gonna go get me the new 2K and the new PlayStation and all that, so that way I got something to keep my focus. Like you said, keep me out of the streets. I mean, not that I'm an aggressive person or I'm out doing anything wrong. It's just, look, trouble finds you. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So, man, any word of advice for that, man? That's it, Cat. Just go get you some food. Get you some Netflix, get you some greens, and just chill, man. Don't let these people provoke you, man.
My word of advice, Kat, is to get God in your life, man.
Yes,
definitely. I think that's the most important thing. Get God in your life, man, and keep him in your life, man. I think that's what a lot of people in this world is missing. Is God in their life and a positive influence, man. I've had some positive influences come my way. And I mean, you'll hear me talk about them on the podcast, guys, from time to time, of just different words of advice that they've shared with me along the way, and I hopefully to share some of that with you guys along the way. But definitely. You know, get God in your life, man. I mean, he's the most best thing that you could ever do Like the best decision you could ever make was to get God in your life, man. It's the best decision I made.
Yeah, I agree.
So, moving forward, we're gonna go ahead on to the next topic, which, it's been going on and on and on, and I mean, and it just by the way, y'all, these are none of the topics that we have planned.
Yeah, no, not at all. This is I like it though. It's a little bit more organic.
But we got to touch on this, dog, because he's died. He's a legend,
man.
And you know what? They trying to really throw dirt on his name.
Yeah, man. I haven't really heard any stories specifically, but a lot of conversations that I've had with people over the past week or so, a lot of people have been, have you heard this about Prince? Have you heard what they're saying about Prince now? And I'm just like, make it like, why can't our legends just like pass away?
Right. So for all of you that don't know, another story coming out of Minneapolis now is Prince was reportedly pronounced or diagnosed with HIV back in the 90s.
Yeah, I heard about
that. And that about 6 months ago, he was told that it had moved up to AIDS, like which HIV eventually progresses to AIDS if you don't take care of it. Mm-hmm. And AIDS is a very, very damaging, version of HIV that a lot of people don't make it past. You know, I actually had a cousin die of AIDS.
Oh, okay.
She didn't take care of herself. And I mean, like I said, so I know what HIV and AIDS progress can do to you. Mm-hmm. And the story coming out is that he didn't get help because, he believed God would heal him. Mm-hmm. Now this coming from me, from a brother who is totally all about faith and all about God, and anybody that talks to me knows that I'm a devout Christian, and I love Jesus. With that being said, though, he also gave us 5 senses. And one of those senses is, if you have medicine that can help you preserve your life and live, use it.
Yeah.
So here's my deal. Do you think that he wanted to die? Do you think he was maybe tired of all the fame and stardom and everybody following him around and stuff like that?
You know what? I could believe it. I can't sit here and speculate on yes or no because I didn't know the man personally.
Right.
But with that coming out, like if there's some medical records to prove that that was seriously going on, I could believe it. Mm-hmm. I mean, and for this reason is that you just got to think about over the years, since Prince has been Prince, since Little Red Corvette, since Purple Rain, since before that, Prince has always held things super close to his chest.
Right.
You can't just get on YouTube and hear a Prince song. Like, you can't just get on Apple Music and hear a Prince song. Like the man, he was a private individual, a very private individual. But I think with his I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, with his level of stardom, with his level of with his legendary status in the game, I could understand how that could, start to take a toll on you, take an effect on you. I mean, you're never home. You can never see your loved ones because, I mean, this isn't just like a Fetty Wap or even like a Chris Brown for that matter. I mean, this is like the pinnacle of what you do. Right. The genre of music you're in, you're like at the top. Mm-hmm. You're never home.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, and the artists today are never home. Mm-hmm. But like, you got to think about people like this who
iconic.
Achieved,
yeah.
I feel like you never have privacy.
It's few, very, very small few that have reached that iconic status, and there are some I feel like that have shied away from that iconic status. Yeah. You look at people like Eddie Murphy. They wonder why he won't do like stand up or why he won't come back and do some of the stuff that he was known for. It's because, man, once you start back in that realm, you forfeit all personal privacy,
all personal everything.
I mean, that stuff is gone. I mean, you look at Mike couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
couldn't do anything, man. Like, he couldn't even sleep. They wouldn't even let him sleep. That 30th anniversary he did on CBS in 2001.
I remember.
The 30th anniversary of Michael Jackson that he did. Do you know that the show started and he was still at the hotel sleep?
Are you serious?
He was still at the hotel sleep. He showed up to the show halfway through the show, and they were like, the guy, the producer was like, where the hell is Michael Jackson?
Right.
This is his night. And they were like, oh, Michael is taking a nap. And they're like, well, wake him the hell up. We got a show. Millions of people are watching this, and they want him to perform. Like, he has to go on in like 30 minutes. Like, wake him up and get him here as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you, you know, like, man, like, he had no rest, no sleep, nothing.
Yeah, and that probably tends to, I mean, because anybody's job, I mean, what we do at Capital Radio Group, that in itself, if we're here every day of the week, just doing what we have to do,
can be stressful. Yeah.
I mean, a state worker being at work every day of the week for 8 hours can be stressful. Can you imagine 2 hours of sleep and then you're on a plane from one side of the country to the next? Then you do a show or you do whatever for that day. You get another couple hours here, then you gotta drive over to the next state. To the next city.
It's crazy, man.
Do something, then you get a few hours of sleep on your plane ride back over to where, like, I mean, that can wear you down. And I mean, like I say, especially being iconic.
Right.
And with him being I feel like with him being such a more of a private individual, holding things so close to his chest, I feel like that's the harder people tried to pry and the more annoying it was.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just it's crazy, man. And my mom's a huge Prince fan, so
shout out to Mama Lee. Yes. She is an amazing woman.
She is.
So from one private superstar to somebody that's just kind of laying it all out there, we got to talk about Beyonce and this whole deal with the Lemonade and Jay-Z.
So first, let me ask you this. Lemonade is a song or it's an album?
I believe Lemonade is the whole album.
It's the whole album. Okay.
Right. And I just believe that there's a few diss records from what I've heard.
Yeah.
I haven't checked out the whole album yet, but from what I've heard, there is a few diss records. There's a few diss records at a few different people, but in some of those diss records, Jay-Z is it's a lot of shade thrown as well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard earlier today, actually, just a few hours ago, that there's speculation that one of those songs could actually be is her potentially saying that she thinks Jay is cheating on her or something,
or has
like
cheated
that,
on
or
her,
has cheated on her, or whatever. And I don't know, man. Like, I just don't know how to feel about it. Like, there's a big piece of me is saying that it's just a publicity stunt.
I've been sticking the same thing, Jay.
That's a big piece of me saying it because
just to make the album even bigger.
Because let's think about it. There is no woman in this world in her right mind, like in a faithful relationship, without stepping out and doing her own. And when I say faithful, I mean that the girl is 110% like invested. There is no woman in a relationship like that in this world that could think that their husband is cheating on them and then just openly in the song just like, yeah, this happened. Because I'm sorry, as real as I gotta throw you under the bus, baby. My girl, she's very outspoken. She's not afraid to say what's on her mind and how she feels about anything. You know what I mean? She'll get on Facebook and not argue, but like, you know, she'll debate. She'll debate. She'll do that. But if there's anything that happened between her and I, nobody needs to know that, and she will not tell somebody that.
Right.
So with that being said, she wouldn't go out and drop a song being like, "Oh yeah, I don't." And like I say, I don't know what was said or if that's even the point of what Beyonce was doing. But let's just say, for the sake of an argument, it was. That, like, my girl wouldn't, in her right mind, make a song saying that, because no matter how angry she would be with me at the time, I mean, she's not getting ready to throw dirt on my name and throw me out there like that. You know what I'm saying? And and I feel like it's gotta be, because, and if that's truly how she felt, that she cheated, she wouldn't still be with him. I'm sorry. There's just so one of two things. So one of two things: either their relationship is just a huge publicity stunt, or this song, the album, whatever, everything that's being said on there, it's gotta be. I mean, maybe she's referring to the little elevator escapade with him and Solange.
Well, that's the thing. from what I'm hearing, and I did my homework on this before we got on the show just to
Okay.
make sure that I would be correct.
Okay.
From what I'm hearing, people out of Beyonce's camp have actually come out and talked about this, which we talked on AJ's show.
Yeah.
And we said that we didn't think we were going to hear anything about this from actually Beyonce or her camp.
Yeah.
For months later, she down the road like, oh, it was nothing. You know, she'll downplay it. Well, actually, this time they've come out and they've said reports that, you know, the incident in the elevator was a cause of, you know, Solange trying to stick up for her sister, as Solange thought herself Jay-Z was cheating and caught him up. You know, Jigga also has, you know, come out on his own and said that, you know, things haven't always been great between me and B. This song, you got to realize, some people don't realize, songs like this come out, but they're written years in advance.
Oh yeah.
You know, think about this. When Jay-Z did his first album when he first came back, I can't remember the name of it right now. I could picture his. It's after the Black Album.
It was after the Black Album.
The next one when he came back, the one that nobody really liked because they said it didn't sound like Jay-Z or whatever. But on Lost Ones, the track Lost Ones, I don't think it's meant to be. For she loves I work more than she does me. And honestly, at 23, I would probably love my work more than I did she. Cause so we ain't we, it's me and her. Cause what she prefers over me is work. Now, granted, that song, Lost Ones, came out in 2006 from that album. He had wrote that song 4 years before that. When they were first getting together and Beyonce was first blowing up for Crazy in Love. So you got to realize, again, folks, everything that's going on isn't stuff that's going on right then and there in that section. It may have been a former part of their lives, and the song may have been written while they were going through the pain to help them through the pain.
True.
But they could be past all that now.
Very true.
But again, reports are coming out that Jay-Z has worked through, him and Beyonce worked through their problems. They actually start out counseling. And they're both committed to making their marriage work. In fact, Beyonce opened up her world tour in Miami saying, "I love my beautiful husband."
Oh, okay.
So I mean, like I said, they're good. They're good. I actually watched the Formation tour on DJ Khaled's Snapchat. So, so I mean,
you probably got the whole thing. Word for word, man.
Yeah. So I mean, it was cool, but yeah, no. Apparently, reports have come out that they're doing all right, man. They aren't terrible.
Hey, and listen, if they are, it's good. I mean, I wish no bad omens on anybody in their life, period, especially, you know, happy couples, man. You know, I'm currently in a situation. I'm happy, she's happy. If my girlfriend and I, we could start, you know, writing songs and doing all that about the early parts of our relationship, but and it would sell. But no, I mean, I'm glad that they're doing all right if they're doing well. This was to kind of segue. I was just thinking about this. I know it's kind of an older story. It's a month or a few weeks or so old, but the Iggy Azalea and Nick Young story keeps seeming to not even develop as much as now Iggy has been starting to come out more recently on social media and in the press, pretty much saying that Nick Young is in the doghouse.
Now that story, I think, going just for a second back to Beyonce, I don't think she needs that publicity for her album or her tickets to sell.
She definitely doesn't.
This Iggy Azalea story, funny how it's just ironic how all this happens right as her album is getting ready to come out. And we both work for a radio station, so we're hearing these records drop.
Yeah,
and whereas Beyonce's was about her situation and about her hurt, Iggy's is coming out while her album has already been produced, already been mastered, already been put out, and as it's coming out, the story comes out too.
Yeah.
So it just adds more publicity. I think this was a strategy to get her fans behind her again, because in case y'all forget, Iggy Azalea left the rap game in the doghouse, the music industry in the doghouse after her last album. They were too through with her. T.I., her mentor, had totally disbanded.
Didn't
and was
he
like, look,
drop her?
Yeah, he's like, I don't have anything to do with Iggy Azalea anymore. She's not a part of my label. I don't have anything problems with her. I mean, I wish her the best of luck, but she's just not with me anymore. I'm not representing her. You know, I tried to help her the best I could. You know, stuff like that. So I think that this whole Iggy Azalea deal is more to get
I'm sorry,
publicity.
she's trash.
Yeah.
She's trash.
Yeah.
I mean, not as a person, as an individual. I'm sure you're a very nice lady, Iggy Azalea, but your music is fucking horrid. I'm sorry, it's terrible. But yeah, no, I completely agree with that. With that, and listen, how funny do you think it is also that this man records this shit off his phone, and then everybody is or well, not everybody, D'Angelo is well I don't know how it could have got leaked. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Now listen to me. This right here, this is my phone. This is my personal device. I take this with me everywhere. So, not everywhere. Sometimes I forget it at home when I leave in a rush. But to that credit, your phone is yours. If nobody's got your iCloud password and nobody's got any, yeah, sure, people can hack into stuff. But come on, who is that concerned with D'Angelo Russell's life that they want to hack into his personal information and see what he's got going?
Right.
Now, come on now. I just don't.
I get dressed like it's prom night.
Oh my God.
I feed on lemons in a limelight. They say I'm full, lost my appetite.
This is Iggy Azalea's team record, y'all.
Keep on shooting Reggie Miller. Go on, give them all the finger. You gotta set the score right. Call it hands in my nighttime wherever I go. I took
See, that's the first time I've ever like looked at lyrics and understood what she says, and it's still like stupid. I don't know.
Eventually, guys, we hope to have the show recorded and like video recorded as well at the same time.
Yes, well,
so
I'm actually in the I'm getting that worked out as well.
So you guys are able to see stuff, but I wish you guys could have just seen Jet's face as I was playing that, because I caught him off guard. But I didn't tell him what I was doing. I just pulled it up real quick just so he could hear, some of the lyrics.
Like, have you ever been standing there in like an elevator, like a crowded room, and then you like somebody? It was like one of them silent farts, but like you smell it and you're just like, how can somebody be so disrespectful? Like, and you're looking around the room like. Who did that? Like when that was the look on my face. Like that's because I just started smelling fart when he played that song. Like
actually,
who would do that? Like why would?
Actually, I'm pretty guilty of farting in front of Jet and
oh my gosh,
and making him sit there and smell it.
Man, let me tell you something.
It's based on friendship,
man.
That's why we got camaraderie.
That it is. When you can sit there and smell a man's fart without passing out or calling them out for it, like that. Just I'm gonna tell y'all this. Just you know, Mike likes chicken. Just don't be in a small confined space with him after
we're in a small studio now
after a 6-piece and some fries. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right.
It'll put me on blast like that in front of everybody, man.
Man, so if they're standing around and they start hearing that first things first on the release, I'm be like, hey, it's either Iggy's song or Mike's fart. I don't know which one smells worse, but like you know what to expect now.
Man. Hey, you know what? As great as that is, and as funny as you think you may be, don't let Jet eat ice cream because he's lactose intolerant.
Yeah, no, all right, he's real for that. That's real. That's real. I'll be the first one to warn y'all.
So why y'all here trying to put me on blast? Let me go ahead and ring the siren on my man.
Man, like you give me a bowl of, and see the crazy thing is I love ice cream and I love cheese and like all of that. So it's like it's hard not to eat it. So sometimes I do it. But when I do, I just got to wrap caution tape around me.
Oh,
and,
good God.
it's a danger zone, man. I don't know what to say about it.
Oh, man. Well, what else we got to talk about, Jeff? I think we got one more topic for him before we go ahead and get out of here for the first show.
Yeah.
But
man, I don't know, man. It's been a crazy week, man. A crazy couple of weeks, man, and just entertainment and my life and your life,
our lives.
Everything is just it's been crazy. So, I have a question for you.
All right, pose the question.
How do you unwind? Not even unwind. How do you handle a stressful situation? And I guess that could be that's something that it's specific to the situation. But what I mean is no matter what situation, when it's all said and done, and there's something that you're just truly like eating you, like, how are you able to just go home and sit down and handle that? What do you do?
Well, for me, I think personally, again, my faith is a big part of my life in general. So you may catch me go to church, you may catch me read the Bible, or just praying about the situation. But at the same time, in light of all of that, let's put that to one side. Eventually, that situation has to be dealt with.
Exactly.
And you have to talk about the situation, no matter how uncomfortable or comfortable you may actually be with it, because some people actually welcome conflict. I myself am a pacifist. I really don't like conflict like that.
Right.
You know, and that's rare for a dude my size. You know, if anybody that knows me or doesn't know me, I'm 6'3", 280 pounds. So naturally, people look at me like he ain't running from no conflict. Right. I don't like conflict. I don't like arguing. I don't like disagreements and stuff like that. I just want everything to go smoothly. I'm a gentle giant. You know, that's just how I've been my whole life. But yeah, so I don't like conflict. I don't like stuff like that. So naturally, my main thing to do is to try and calm down. And I calm down by either watching TV, relaxing, taking a nap, listening to some music, playing basketball, you know, things like that, things that calm me down. Then once I'm calm, I can come back to that situation and I can think in a mindset that isn't what I want to do. Because, I mean, let's just be real. Don't poke the bull. You know, like I said, like I said, for as passive as I may be, if a situation comes my way and if there's no other alternative but to confront the situation head on, I'm gonna do what I need to do at the end of the day, you know, to make sure that the situation gets taken care of, and it's probably gonna be to my liking, because I don't see many people that's gonna bully me out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so
well, and I ask because, you know, I've been trying to develop some new techniques, because for those who know me, I am very opposite end of the spectrum from Mike in all facets of what he just said. Whereas I stand 5'10", $140 soaking wet, with cowboy boots on in a backpack full of cinder blocks.
Right.
I like dealing with the situation right then. I don't like there are very few, like, all right, so for me to calm down, like, I like being outside, like whether I go for a jog, go for a run, whether like you say, playing basketball. Like, I love sports. Sports will always calm me down. I can't really, listening to music as well. You know, but I'm still that type of person that when something happens, I like to nip it in the bud right then. Right. But also on the opposite end of the spectrum from Mike, I'm a little guy that just when conflict is brought to me, like I'm a yapper, you know what I mean? Like I
witnessed this firsthand too,
America. I can't whenever it's brought to me, like, now don't get me wrong, I'm not the type of guy that'll go out of my way to start anything with anybody, because I don't beef with people, I don't do any of that. I love everybody, but you know, I can be short tempered and I am very short-tempered.
There we go.
When something is brought to me, like I said, man, it's gotta be dealt with right then. I don't like letting things boil over, because then whenever I bottle stuff up, like when I snap, like I see red, you know what I mean? So I just posed that question because I don't know, that was something that my girlfriend and I were talking about the other day. I'm trying to develop new techniques, and I mean, you know what, as cliche as it is, the count to 10 method is probably like the one thing that works for me. Like these days, is like if I ever get hot and bothered about anything, I just take a step back and I'm just like, all right, I start counting, and I'm still not like calm, but like it calms me down. And as cliche and as stupid as it is, like I'll count to 10 like 10 times in a row, like however long it takes me, I just breathe and I do that. But yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, come up with some new techniques and
no doubt,
and man. All that, man.
Like I said, I think in any cause, you know, like I said, we ought to better ourselves, man, at every opportunity. And like I said, I applaud your efforts at trying to, you know, be a better man, you know, like I said, for your girl, for your family, you know, and for the world in general. With that being said, you got any closing statements for everybody out there?
Man, with all that said, Kat, I'm pulling for you, man. I'm praying for you. We hope you get better. Get you some Netflix. Get you a Bible. You'll be all right.
Right.
D'Angelo Russell, put a lock on your phone. Keep it in your gym bag in your locker.
Lock on the phone, D'Angelo.
Beyonce and Jay-Z, wish you guys the best. You guys have a beautiful daughter. Wish your whole family the best. You guys are crazy rich. Let me get a piece of that.
Piece of it.
I don't know, like Mike said, man, just try to better yourselves as individuals, man. Whatever is to your own personal liking, man, just do that. But
right.
Man, we stay fresh, we stay fly.
All right, and for me, for myself, first and foremost, just every day I think that we have another chance to make ourselves better and to better ourselves as people. And as Jet just spoke, on. We try and do our best to put our best foot forward every day and to rise above and to do better as a people. And I think that we need to come together as a people, not any nationality in specific, but just the people together, rise up, and try and just make this world better and safer, healthier for all of us, make smarter decisions, walk away from the gunfight, walk away from the violence, put the gun down, man. Like I said, it's not that serious. It's not serious enough where it's life or death, man. And like I said, as far as just the people in general, just being safer with each other, man. So that's just my little key point, I guess,
man.
for this week's show.
Definitely retaliation. There's no end to retaliation.
Yeah.
So
protect
your families, guys.
Until next week, I guess, when we hopefully will get back in here and we'll do it again next week and see how many views we get next week, and we'll go from there. We'll have some new topics, some new stuff to talk about. We'll be a little funny. We'll be a little serious. We'll be a little real. We'll have a lot for you.
And like you said, we're getting the visual aspect to this down. So just be patient with us, and we'll have that up and running here soon.
Once again, like, comment, post, share. Do all of that. Help two brothers out, man. We're just trying to get our name out there, get better at this whole podcast thing. Get practice is what we want to do. Yeah. So, just help us out any way possible. We appreciate you guys so much for listening. This has once again been the Jet and Mike Show. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out next week right here. Same time, same place.